good morning, we like to see you smile. Good morning, we'll make your life worthwhile.
There was actually a time in America, and it wasn't all that long ago, when none of this seemed corny and hopelessly old-fashioned. It was a time when you got in your car to go to work and listen to radio shows like this one.
And here's your Toastmaster, Don McNeil. Good morning, breakfast club. Got him bright and early just now.
96.
Oh, yes!
W.
Yes!
These days, you have to fasten your seatbelt.
F.
Yes!
Because radio, like America,
Oh, God.
ain't what it used to be.
50 ways to meet your lover.
You're listening to the Brother Wee's Morning Circus. Keep listening, you got me up. I'll show you in your f***ing nuts.
In today's America, this is what passes for the king of all media, Howard Stern.
Happy New Year.
A man who has built a career, at least in part, on being vulgar and crude.
Hey, how does it feel? $40 to watch me take a dump.
And has gotten rich doing it.
Put your fingers someplace interesting, then sniff them.
Which helps explain why
Boobs, hooters,
vulgarity and crudeness are in the air all over America.
sweater meat, cans, boobies.
Hooties.
All right, Man Cow's Morning Madhouse. Fastest growing radio show in America today, period.
His real name is Eric Muller and goes by the name of Man Cow.
When you hear his voice, don't you just want to whip it out?
He does a syndicated morning show that's heard in 15 states. And in Chicago, his home base, he even beats Howard Stern in the ratings.
They did a study and they found out, and I mean, I'll be glad to provide you with a study if you're interested for your piece, that this show is the most shocking show in America, period. Who's willing to stand with me and say they like Muff, damn it?
I like Muff!
Yes, I love Muff! I'll tell you something. Anytime you want to bitch about a penis, circumcised or uncircumcised, think about ladies. My God, are they high maintenance?
And when he's not talking about private parts, he's trashing public figures.
Reverend Jackson, what the hell is he a reverend of?
You have made a living out of bad taste.
How have I made a living out of bad taste?
Do you listen to your show?
I don't think it's bad taste. I think it's honesty. I'm talking to men. I'm talking to adult men. What do you sit around and talk about? Wow, have you seen Martha Stewart's new book? Let's go plant some flowers, Roger. It'll be fun. Do you and Mike Wallace go skipping through the park and talk about bundt cake recipes? No. What do you guys sit and talk about at CBS News? You sit and you smoke cigars and you drink and you talk about broads, right? Well, that's who I'm talking to. Somebody just insinuated that I'm evil for giving away boob jobs, and I think that's great. Boob jobs they're not cheap.
It's hard to believe, but Man Cow once studied to be a minister, but that was years ago.
God said he was going to take me home in 17 days unless I got 1 million new listeners.
Before he found his true calling.
Can we get some sexy music for her? She wants to get a boob job so that she can make money for her family as a stripper. And I'm just trying to help children here. Okay, take off your clothes.
Yes, Man Cow is a connoisseur of the fine arts.
Here she goes,
It's just the kind of thing that appeals to his mostly male audience.
Her veil is coming off, she's shaking it. She is blonde and leggy. She has some very huge breasts already, but I guess they have begun to sag a little.
A stripper on the radio. Think about it.
Okay, all right, off comes the... I challenge anyone to say that what I'm doing is evil. How is it wrong? How is it uncivil? I'm not forcing anyone to pick up the phone. I'm not forcing anyone to listen. I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. It's hey, this is a democracy. They can choose whether to listen to me or not. And they have the ultimate power over all of this filth, and guess where it is? Right there. Turn the channel. And shut your mouth. Got me worked up now, see? Now I'm sounding uncivil. Let's hear it for Turd, yeah! Yeah!
There's only one thing worse than being shocked, and that's being unshockable.
Bob Greene is the Chicago Tribune columnist. I don't get the impression we're that shocked anymore.
No, when you, as an individual or as a nation, say you can't be shocked anymore, you've given up. You've waved the white flag. You've said, I give up. And that's not, I don't think that's the country that any of us in our hearts really want.
Explain to me how making people smile and making people laugh is bad. Now listen, I wouldn't want my kids listening to it. I don't want my nieces and nephews listening to it. I don't want children to listen to me. This is a show that is aimed at adults. If you let your children listen to this show, you are a bad parent.
Hot stuff.
hot stuff. When you have troubles, lean on me.
Bruce Morrow, cousin Brucey to his fans, has been on the air since before Mancow was even born.
1972 is the object of Cousin Bruce's attention tonight.
He plays rock and roll oldies in New York.
The world's oldie station. I don't like in-your-face things. I don't like pornographic things. I don't like penis jokes. Is there anything wrong with a dirty joke or pointing fun or poking at somebody? No. But I think there is a limit. You go from bad taste to worse taste, to worser taste.
And where do you think we are today?
I think we are really deep, deep into the bad, worse taste. And I think we have to start pulling back. Coming up. I don't believe it's the 40s or the 50s anymore. I don't live in the 60s. Boy, I know it's not the 60s anymore. But it's nice to retain a few of those values.
Hey, Paula. Won't you kiss my today? Hey.
To Mancow, it's all harmless fun.
Tomorrow, we're giving away an ovary.
Right.
To his critics, it's one more step into the darkness.
My mom got everybody in church to listen to this program. You know, she feels like she's got Charles Manson as a son.
But even Mancow, the would-be seminarian who became a vulgarian,
Hell, every year we go out and we do a show naked.
even Mancow thinks the end may be near.
And I think as we see this millennium wind down, things are out of control. I think it's going to have to snap back. I think that rubber band is going to have to snap back, or what's going to happen to us?
And what kind of radio show are you going to be doing when it snaps back? Give me an example.
We'll be holding hands and singing campfire songs. I'll have my mom's snickerdoodle recipe, and I'll be reading poems about bunnies. Until that time, I am dealing with people that live in the world like I do. And you know what? Free speech is not about speech I love or you love. It's about all speech. Get out of here.
I can't make everybody happy.
Maybe you've heard of him, the Soup Nazi.
Nothing for you.
He's not just a TV show.
Next.
You suck, you piece of shit! Then I count.
It's not just the pop culture. It's the everyday stuff. Like those lovely T-shirts with those charming messages.
The gentleman ought to be a little more careful, and let me tell you why.
It's those politicians who put civility right up there with motherhood and apple pie.
You all sit down and shut up. This one's going to get really ugly.
And it's those athletes who are such models of decorum and who keep reminding us that they're number one.
As I was saying.
And how about America's most famous prosecutor who, despite the pressures of the trial, was thoughtful enough to wish a member of the media a gracious good morning.
Out of here, you ass.
Let's face it. We live in the United States of I can do and say whatever I want. Maybe it began in the 60s when a nasty war led to some pretty nasty language. The world was changing. We didn't have the same respect for authority anymore. A generation began to worship at the altar of free expression. And we've been doing it ever since.
It hits you in little ways. I mean, you walk down the street and you see someone with a T-shirt that has the worst kind of obscenity, and you look around for someone, to say something about it, and you realize, there's no one in charge here. But who is there to say, you can't wear that out in the street because it makes people feel bad?
A national poll last year showed that 89% of Americans think incivility is a serious problem. So what happened to our manners? We decided to put that question to Miss Manners, columnist Judith Martin.
What I'm trying to figure out is if 9 out of 10 of us say there's too much incivility, then who's committing this incivility?
That is the question of the year. I have been asking myself that. If we all want a civil society, why don't we have it? Doesn't require federal funding. People just have to do it. But I will tell you why. One is exactly the attitude that you were characterizing. I want civility, but I'm not going to obey any of the rules of manners. And etiquette rules are silly. This is like saying, I want to live in a moral society without law. I'll decide what's moral. You just have to trust me.
Can I hit him?
But wait a second. Should we really be so serious about this incivility?
Go on, leave! Get
Rudeness can be downright funny.
Next!
They even did a TV show about a guy who's supposed to be incivility incarnate.
You know what they call him? Soup Nazi.
Yes, the soup Nazi.
What is that right there? Is that lima
One of
bean?
Seinfeld's most popular episodes ever.
Has anyone ever told you look exactly like Al Pacino?
Very good. You know something? No soup for you. Come back 1 year. Next.
A national joke about one man's incivility. Americans laughed. He didn't.
I'm outraged. I can't believe that.
He's Al Yeganeh. Correct. The real-life soup guy who inspired Seinfeld's soup Nazi.
Now, you know what they call you.
Shame on them.
Shame on them.
Yes.
They call you the soup Nazi.
Shame on NBC, Seinfeld, on all, again, the same word, all idiots.
Al is hard to understand, and he's secretive, too.
Where are you from, Al?
I am a member of this planet.
Even before Seinfeld discovered him, New Yorkers were literally lining up around the block for a combination order, soup and insults.
I can't make everybody happy.
From the king himself, the man they call
Soup Nazi.
Soup Nazi.
The soup Nazi.
Do you know why they call him the soup Nazi?
Because he's mean.
Nobody, no decent human being digest that word.
They can call you anything.
Anything
but
that could
not,
call me, sure.
But not
that N word.
Not the N word.
That's right.
Honest. Do you hope he insults you?
Kinda. I really do. I think it would be neat.
Just follow the ordering procedure and you will be fine.
What do you order?
Seinfeld was right on the money about the rules for ordering. Say nothing except what kind of soup you want. Pay your money, move to the left, or...
Well, he'll probably tear you apart.
What the heck is rude about that? That's what Al would like to know.
I'm very serious. I expect the people to be serious too.
You're serious and you expect them to be serious.
Serious.
So,
it's not funny. That is like you go to surgery, your heart surgeon. You have your relative, you have the surgery. You have to be serious. You're not having fun. I'm the same way. Like a pilot. I have the same kind of concept.
A heart surgeon is serious, a pilot is serious,
should be serious,
and you're serious.
Exactly. We are the same.
In fact, Al is so serious, he says he's turned down a big money cookbook deal because they wanted to use the word Nazi and Seinfeld in it. He's also turned down Seinfeld himself.
Is it true that Seinfeld came over and apologized to you?
He came here and I look at him and I just keep yelling at him, cursing him and he keep apologizing. He should.
No soup for you.
So is he really a monument to incivility? Or can words, even four-letter words, really be considered rude and nasty all the time?
There are some words that you can go to jail for.
George Carlin isn't just a comedian. He's a philosopher of sorts, too.
Filthy words that are always filthy.
And for decades, he's been arguing that we're too hung up on manners. That as far as he's concerned, it's all bullshit.
I would say, what civility was it that we have retreated from? Would this be the civility of killing the 20 million Indians and wrecking 500 cultures and herding them onto the worst land we have? Would this be the civility of participating in the deaths of maybe 10 to 15 million black slaves, bringing them over here? We're talking about manners here. We're talking about surface manners, the distinguished gentleman from Georgia. This is all BS. All of these things that we're worried that are cracking are BS to start with. They're just manners. They're just ways of pretending we're not who we are.
But don't tell that to Miss Manners.
The people who want their children not to be inhibited by manners, the people who want to be spontaneous, forget that human nature is full of things that are better off not expressed. And does that mean that you restrain your freedom? Well, yes, it does. It's the bargain we make in order to live in civilized communities.
If you want to bread, $5 more.
As for Al Yeganeh, he plans to open up soup stands all across America and in Canada, too. And if you don't want any incivility, just don't ask him about his secret ingredients or his secret life.
I don't have to answer any question you're asking. If you get it personal, I'm not good. I'm going to shut the whole damn thing out. I tell the guy, producer, I'm doing a favor to give you an interview anyway. What the hell do I have to answer anyway? Thank you.
Thank you, soup person.
Sure.
Want to get away to a place where crudeness and vulgarity are practically outlawed? A kind of Disneyland, without the rides. We found it. But next...
Slitting throats. It happens.
I see the fear in your eyes.
This is something that we must stop. To save America.
Next.